The sound is off. You mean to tell me the sound is off? Y'all niggas wasn't listening to the music? My goodness. Anyway, peace, love, and light to the family. Love and light to the family. Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Melanin Mondays. This is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pill. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. That's what's up. Y'all didn't hear no music? All right, let me try this again. You know it's mandatory we get some music in here. That's how we consecrate the building.
Feet hurting, world full of busy bees.
Can you hear that?
I ain't never met a free person. I don't get along with these flings. I'm trying to see purpose, fight for something I believe's worth it. For the purse, I'm a reverse it.
Yeah.
I dream cause I sleep nervous. Yet I keep flirting, face death like a Steve Irwin. Cold heat, I'm a drink thermos. Tell the bartender keep serving. I'm trying to be perfect, using dirty shit to clean dirt with. Only happy when the weed burning. I breathe purpose till I see her. When they cease working, there is something that I need urgent. Suffocating, trying to squeeze words in. What would I do with my last breath? Would I yell? Would I cry? Would I laugh? Cause I'm glad that I'm past that mess. Till I pass, never felt that blessed. Even bad breath when you living is better than good breath. When you lack flesh, got a glass chest that I cracked and my lost breath hasn't made it back yet. I'm on my last breath, walking the last step. I'm on the last test, final answer and my last guess. Wonder what I gotta pass next. I'm on my last quest, so much harder than my last track. Mad bless, hope I can outlast death. Pray Reaper got my address. A check I don't even have yet from my last rent. Sweater shit has got me mad stressed. I inherited my dad's debt. Never got to hear his last breath. And the only reason I ain't passed yet, I'm the first ever and the last left. I let the record show. I let the tech explode. Put on the weapon show. Pull up the Texaco. Knuckles in Mexico. Call up the technical. They know the text a blow. Shot that I'm Plexico. Turn you to vegetable. Body electrical. Acid and alkaline. Body so flexible. The shooter's piece like a Uber Eats. Got a group of these scooter beats. By letting the Uzi Aruga speak. An American got up in Cuba eats. The powers they seek and powers the weak. They follow in creeps. Powers that be inherit the world from cowards and sheep. Into the mountains, top towers and peaks. Flowers and sweets and shower down feet. The lightning and thunder, the shower the sweet. Shower the D's, this not a verse, this our receipts. What would I do with my last breath? Would I yell? Would I cry? Would I laugh? Cause I'm glad that I'm past that mess. Till I pass, never felt that blessed. Even bad breath when you live in is better than good breath. When you lack flesh, got a glass chest.
All right. That right there, my friends. That is Last Breath, okay? Brother Kambada, Red Pillar, and a young brother by the name of Blue Pillar. It's late. We're on a midnight shift, so we can't play too much music. I'm going to try to be, I know, let it play out. Yeah, but it's late. This is going to be one of those... you know, it's not going to be I'm not going to speed through it, but we're not going to be here all night. Okay. Let's do the roll call. Seminole, Florida. Look how the ancestors are working. Broketown, Massachusetts. All right. God bodies are definitely in the building. Narcos are definitely in Mexico. You already know. Morocco is in the building. Harlem is in the building. Yeah, Greenville is in the building. ATL is in the building. The NOLA is in the building. Yeah, Arlington is in the building. The BX is in the building. Syracuse is in the building. Philly is in the Baltimore's in the Chicago's in the building. Denver's in the building. Yeah, VA and Tallahassee's in the building. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody said, yeah. Morocco is in the building. Talk black to me. Yeah, 504 is in the building. That 504 boy. Yeah. Yeah, we in here. Yeah. Detroit. Stand up. Stand up, Detroit. Or what do they say out there? What up, though? Cali in the building. Somalia in the building. Hartford is in the building. Yeah. San Diego's in the building. Okay. So the world is here. That's the world is here. So, you know, whenever I tell somebody that the world is here, you know, it's just not me. It's not an opinion. It's a fact. The world is here. The family is in the building. And we here now. Okay. Corey Holcomb, 5150 Nation is in the building. All right. Well, I'm in good hands then. Shit. That's like Allstate. When I know the brothers is in the building, I know that we in good hands. Like Allstate. You know. When I see black media out there, anybody that's doing media, you know, anyone, even if you be doing a little, even if you part of the morning show, and you just up there doing shit for the morning, you still, you know, you still have a purpose. Why? Because the UK is in the building. Yeah, we definitely robed in God's clothing. That's a fact. When the building is when the people is in the building, we know we in a safe place because remember, remember, you can learn anything from anybody, right? Yeah, Fly Nubian Queen, peace to the goddess. What up? What up, Jay? How you doing? Yeah, Cincinnati is in the house. Yeah, Grand Prairie, Texas is in the building. Yeah, Columbia is in the building. Yeah, the spirit realm is in the building. That's what I'm talking about. But anyone who is in the media, Fly Nubian Queens, Boyce, Tariq Radio, Sinetter TV, Black Magic 363, Urban X TV, Crumb TV, Do the Knowledge Radio, Kia Life Production. These are all Zoe Williams, RZA Islam, Nick Cannon's class. You know, when you have these brothers and sisters that are out there doing things, and everyone that I didn't mention, yeah, Star from Star and Buck Wild, Willie D, you know what I'm talking about? Willie motherfucking D. Yeah, Thought Crimes, Lord Jamal. Yeah, shout out to Mound City. You don't gotta be tight. Brother Ben X, Lord Jamal, Rod Digger. All of these platforms are of extreme importance. Charlemagne the God. You know, I got jokes for Leonard. I got critiques. But to be honest with you, yeah, Professor Black Truth, Godfrey. Somebody said not Gail King. Yeah, not Gail. We're cooking her these days. Let me see if my video is up. We might have to. Somebody said Gail King. Let's go have a commercial break in a minute. Do a flower ceremony for Gail King. Cause I don't know what the fuck is going on with Snoop and these niggas. But yeah, these niggas is mad scared right now. Yeah, Monique. anyone in black media who are for their people, of course, you know, who are not taking advantage, or who's, you know, anyone that's not reading from a script, anyone that's not trying to tell us, blame it on CBS when they work for CBS. I'm gonna blame it on both of y'all. You can't separate yourself. It's like you niggas work at Chipotle and somebody eat a burrito with some glass in it. I'm jumping over the counter and I'm gonna give you and burrito in a Chipotle the glass. You can't separate yourself from the brand. You know what I'm talking about? This is the brand. She represents the brand. She represents the brand. Gayle King, Fail King, Snail King, Frail King. You know what I mean? Gayle Pauper. She's not even a king. Gayle Pauper. Yes, she represents the brand. The only way that she could redeem herself, talking all of that slick talk about the brand, is bitch, you could hop off of the brand. Other than that, you could kiss my ass with all of that deflection that you're trying to do in circles that I frequent. They call it nigga-splaining. You're not gonna get away with that, retard. You know what I'm talking about? Our hair hats are sewed on tighter than yours, my nigga. We you know, our brain can breathe. You can't fool us. You know what I'm talking about? You could fool these fools out here because it's a lot of them. Brothers in Harlem call them the 85ers. And goddamn it, if those numbers have not been, we don't die, we multiply. Well, the 85ers, they've multiplied as well. You know what I'm talking about? It's more of them now than I ever fucking saw in my life. And I thought that they were losing numbers. But somehow, some way, there's a state where they're breeding these niggas at a fast pace and rolling them out in motherfucking flatbed trucks and then dropping them off on Greyhounds and other places in cities where melanated people dwell, because every fucking way that I turn, the 85ers are multiplying. So she be talking to niggas like that. She be talking to people like that. She's not talking to us. She's not talking to us. She is not talking to us. Yeah, looking like Alf. The fuck out of here. She ain't talking to us. We not stupid. We're not thirsty. We have alternate media. We have a quote unquote second opinion to the shit that you're saying. And if it don't, if the shit is not across the board, if it's not a royal flush, we not going with it. We are not falling for it. If the shit cannot fit nicely in the narrative that all of us hold on to, no, bitch. I'm not going for it. I did not see the Malcolm X documentary. Everybody's asking me about that. I've been doing my research. I've had my nose in mad books. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't been TV time. I'll let you know when I'm able to fucking binge, because to be honest with you, I want to binge on something like that. Not just trying to watch one of them, you know. I'm gonna binge on it. So in the spirit of Gayle King and her weird ass, we're gonna take a commercial break. You know what I mean? We're gonna tap into Brother Red Pill and his commercial. What does he have to say about Gayle King? Let's go.
You and Oprah are not invited back
where there's raisins in a motherfucking potato salad and the chicken has no sazon on it. She said the way that CBS edited the interview, they made it look like I was coming at Kobe. Bitch, you was! And the only way that she made her bones in journalism is tearing down her brothers. I want to trade her for Yao Ming. Send them to the center of the coronavirus because these bitches is batshit crazy. Harvey Weinstein running around out here peeing on chicks, doing all kind of bestiality and shit. This nigga has a fucking yoni. Kevin Spacey is out here killing niggas that accuses him of grabbing their pussy. Jeff Epstein didn't kill himself. But y'all don't have nothing to say about that. It's beyond buck dancing. They buck moonwalking. They past buck dancing. These bitches is Buck Rogers. You bitches is couch surfing at Jeff Epstein's house. Y'all cleaning the toilet at Harvey Weinstein's mansion. Tell us what's going on in there. What we need you to do get buggy and go to the fucking get out picnic and tell us what the fuck is going on in Bohemian Grove, bitch. That's what we need because you got access. The gay mafia, what they doing on them yachts? What they doing on the casting couch? What the fuck are they doing in the back rooms of them Hollywood studios? And you out here shooting and then blaming on CBS, bitch. You should have said that you had the coronavirus and you couldn't show up to work that day. Tell Kobe and Gigi to cook this bitch from the ancestor realm. It's gotten to that point. We gotta put these bitches' pictures on the altar and go in. I want to see her edges fall out. Where my Baba Lounge at? Somebody needs to sew her lips shut and then sew that fucking hair hat tighter on her head. Matt Louder, Charlie Sheen, Charlie Rose. But the reason why you don't know the intricate details about these fucking pedophiles and these pieces of shit because the media is protecting them and the media is using these motherfuckers as a smokescreen so we could paint the face of the fucking rape culture as our own. What's up with all of these preachers and priests and whatnot? They gave Nicki Minaj brother 25 years. When Akon builds up his city, I'm gonna be at the gate scanning you niggas and none of you niggas is allowed inside of the new Wakanda when it comes to these smear campaigns. We need black media. We need strong black media.
But the Mike Brown, and remember, we're giving you, remember the last names that I say because all of the names are colorable. They're all crayons. So Mike Brown.
That's the lecture from yesterday. We're going to touch on a lecture from yesterday. A little bit, kind of, sort of. First and foremost, I want to give a resounding, super duper resounding thank you to everybody who participated in the lecture that I did yesterday. Right? There was a lot of people that showed up for the live stream yesterday. And you made my heart smile. You made all of everything worth it because I promise you, there was a lot of sacrifice that went into that lecture. Sacrifice these days are time. Sacrifice these days is quality time. Sacrifice these days are quote unquote, handling the other businesses that you may have because you just can't snap your fingers and make these lectures come together. There's an art to this thing. When you're doing research, you kind of got to go into solitude. I know that I do. I don't like being disturbed. Only because if my intention is not, zero, if I'm not super focused, I'm talking about laser focus. If I'm not laser focused on something, it's going to be difficult for me to unpack it and things of that nature. I have to be able, look at this. Can you get into Akon City? You got to have to ask Akon that. You know what I'm talking about? You have to ask Akon. We'll see. I have to scan you for the coronavirus. When you sign a contract for mainstream media, yeah, we're gonna get on that. I gave the family 4+ hours. I wanted to give them more. I went to sleep at like 8 a.m. this morning. Why? Because immediately, the minute I got off of my show, I went right back into researching to the point that I got a whole nother, like, there's going to be a part 2 to what we did last night before February is over. Why? Because this month is lit. It's Black History Month. This month is giving up mad jewels already. We're only 10 days in. There's a lot of shit going on. The same way that there was a lot of things going on in January. I gave them 4-something hours, but I had 20-some odd slides left, you know, and I didn't want to go too much over time. It was very late last night that we finished and whatnot. So I capped it at 4.5. But I'm going to basically, you know, I'm going to go ahead and give them a part 2 because guess what happened in the Bronx the morning of Sunday, the day of my lecture? I get up. If anybody didn't get the email for the live stream, you're going to have to hit me on Instagram, on my DM and whatnot. You're going to have to, because everything from Eventbrite, everyone got that email. And then everyone from Instagram, from my Cash App, everyone got that email. So for some reason, if you didn't get it, just hit me up and I'll handle that. I'll be able to send you the video on demand. For the family that didn't see the video, it's available. Video on demand. I'm going to show you a clip of the video right now. Yeah, right now. Why wait? I'm talking about. Yeah. So the video is ready. You dig? Yeah.
All right. But let's get right into it because
it was a visual presentation.
Everyone showed up for one. Please let me know.
Your boy was clean.
The succession of 1860 to 61. The capitalized womb. I want you to write that down. The capitalized womb. I don't want you to just hear that and be like, oh, that sounds great. No. The capitalized womb. I want you to marinate on that because when you're talking about America, you see them out here cutting the babies, giving them cesarean when they don't even need to be pulled out of the stomach like that, but they don't want the child to come through the birth canal because there's a certain aspect of what takes place. He's more of a and if he's saying that he's a Jacksonian president, then the next 4 years is going to be a living hell. We are going to have to put this on our shoulders and change these streets. Enslavement set up the domestic slave trade, War of 1812, the expansion of the Republic into Florida, the war against Indians and Negroes and Spanish and free blacks, right? This was a war against Negroes, who I said the Irish and the crackers, Indians, the indigenous, aboriginals, Spanish, the Spaniards, the mulattoes, and all of these Puerto Rican ass niggas. Free blacks, Yamasee, the Creeks, the Seminoles, all of that. Niggas walking around with locks. You know what I'm talking about? Wars, about 13 wars, but a few of them are secret wars, but the ones that we can identify is Syria, Iraq, and Afghanistan, right? Now, he's not even, he's first term, he's into his, closing out his first term, you know, the stakes are higher in communities because they're the ones that popped up with the measles and shit. The next thing I know, what the fuck they doing behind those closed doors and your ass is not allowed in? I don't know because I don't know these people and I don't trust them. Why? Because they're rude as fuck. Off the rip, they won't even say anything to you. So these are not our kinfolk. You know, I'm not in their house. We're not in their house. We don't know what's going on in their community. They have a closed community. They could have raped this man or something, and he came back for revenge. I don't know what, they could have ate his damn child or his dog. I don't know what this. The federal charges against Harris carry a maximum 30 years in prison compared to the 12 she faces under an indictment that charges her with state hate crimes. An individual's motivation for power is to acquire control over his environment. A certain amount of control and behavior is a healthy, natural survival instinct, but after a point, it becomes harmful. When that happens, normal survival is no longer the motivator. Underlying the quest for power is fear, and the desire for power is to eliminate fear. The more fearful a person is, the more control over their environment they believe they need to feel safe. When they seek out public office, it becomes a problem. Hold on. Opposition, or what they consider to be the ops. So in Europe, you have the Reconquista, where they're basically saying, we're going to bang on any of you mystical Negroes and the Sufis and whatnot, everybody that's out here doing their thing, that's not basically bowing down and praying and following, you know, the tenets of these popes, right? The tenets of these popes. Then they're going to deem you to be. Houston was buddies with Andrew Jackson, who basically, Andrew Jackson was the president was it Andrew?
So yeah, that's just a brief preview, you know, just a brief preview. It was very exciting doing it. Did y'all hear everything? You was able to pick up on that? Yeah, it was a dope lecture. It was a lot of information. I didn't even get to touch on Kobe yet. You know, we got Kobe cloth, you know. So the minute I get off of the show yesterday, and I wasn't even able to touch on this story because if you want to order the lecture, $20 to the Cash App along with your email. The Cash App is on the ticker right there. The money sign PHILMORELAND. It's easy. Send me your email and a dub, and you get an email of the lecture. You don't gotta wait for a DVD. You don't gotta wait for the VHS. You don't gotta wait to see it in the movie theater, my guy. You could pull it up right now on your tablet or on your Obama phone. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever device you have where you basically consume media. You could put it on your big screen. You can put it in your theater room, my nigga. You could show it to the homies. I don't care what you do. Just don't sell that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Because I got agents out there who will come and see you. You feel me? Yeah, splat, splat. Hit that Cash App. But anyway, so I finished the lecture yesterday, or part one of it for that matter. And the minute I get off of the lecture, I got to get busy and start doing more research because they out in the Bronx shooting police. There was an assailant, oh my goodness, named Robert Williams. Let's go and watch. Let's go and pull this up, y'all. This shit crazy. I can't make this up. The story behind this shit is bonkers. This nigga is cuckoo cow. I don't know what the hell is on this nigga mind. But this brother, allegedly, right? Because we don't know the whole story. Allegedly, this brother go and shoots at the police on Saturday, right? He shoots up a paddy wagon on Saturday. And then he gets away, which is mad suspect. You know, not to say that people don't get away, but in New York, niggas don't get away. So he shoots up a paddy wagon. I saw the video, and the video looked highly suspect, to whereas you looking at it and you're like, nah, nigga, what the fuck am I looking at? Did this nigga just walk up to the police and, like, it don't even look real? So that's the first incident. Well, just bear with me. That's the first incident of the day. So he shoots at the paddy wagon. They drive off. They didn't drive off like they was getting shot at though. That's what I'm trying to figure out. They didn't drive off as if somebody was shooting at them. They just drove off like they usually drive off. Like, all right, bye guys. This was at nighttime. But then you see the video, he's doing something, he's obviously shooting. Then the next day, not 2 days later, I guess there's a manhunt for this man at this point, right? Hold on a minute. I guess there's a manhunt for the brother at this point. And where does he show up? Oh, it gets better. This nigga shows up in a police precinct and starts shooting it out with the cops in the police precinct. And he did not die. How about that? He's a black man. And he did not die. He went at it with the police for 2 days straight in the Bronx. I didn't even know about this shit was going on while I'm doing my research. And I wake up and I'm in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the Bronx. And they got mad helicopters and all kind of shit flying around. I'm like, what's going on? Is the president in town? Come to find out, this foolish ass Negro, he running around shooting up precincts and shit. This, in a sense, felt like Larry Davis when I really looked at it. I'm like, this has Larry Davis's energy all over it, because Larry Davis was, yeah, the nigga ran out of bullets. And he put the gun down and was like, all right, y'all could take me. I guess they beat him up, stomped him out. And somebody said Larry Davis. Larry Davis was a drug dealer, right? Larry Davis was a drug dealer. Let me share my screen. And Larry Davis was working with the police. You understand? He was a drug dealer, but he was on assignment with the police. Okay? So the reason why Larry Davis was able to shoot like 5 or 6 police is because he had something hanging over their heads and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So they said that the nigga who shot up the precinct was just tired of police. He said, I'm just tired of you niggas. 2 NYPD shot and 2 separate assassinations, right? So they're using this for provocation. What is provocation? Means of provocation means that the police in New York need an excuse to get busy. This week in New York City especially has been all of the fuel that they need to launch what is known as a quote-unquote street war. I'm going to show you even more things that happen, but this might be the most recent thing that should be alarming to some, because there's a fear campaign right on the heels of the fear lecture. There's a fear campaign going on in the tri-state area. When I say tri-state, I'm speaking New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, the tri-state area. And they're beating on the drums they're strumming the strings of the fears of the gentrifiers. The gentrifiers are the ones who the police are going to basically act like they're in danger. And these quote unquote rambunctious niggas who are the quote unquote last bastion of, they're the only ones in the way from the Europeans or these quote unquote Bloomberg types or these Giuliani types to come and take, all these Trump types. Remember, you got Trump, you got Rudolph Giuliani, right? Nas said it. Giuliani is 666. That was the ex-mayor of New York City. That was the one who carried out all of the tenets of the Clinton crime bill. He was the one who was like, no problem, I'm around all these niggas up. He took the mafia down. Then he took all of your favorite rappers down. Then he cleaned the hood up. I'm trying to make this video play, but it's not playing. Let me read. A New York City police lieutenant, right? A lieutenant, meaning that if you shoot a lieutenant, that nigga's supposed to shoot back. You see how tough, oh, hold on, you can see my face. You see how tough they are when they intimidating Eleanor Bumper, or when they body slamming little girls and whatnot. You see how tough they are when they doing about 50 shots. They emptying all of the clip on an innocent, unarmed man. You see how tough they are when they putting plungers in people's rectal cavities. Shout out to what's my dude, Louima. You see how tough they are when they yoking out old people and stun gunning them and whatnot. They always tough. They always got some smoke. But a lieutenant got shot in the arm. He ain't shoot back. Think about that. Nigga hit him up. I seen the video. Nigga ran up on him, hit him up, and that nigga drove off. A New York City police lieutenant was shot in the arm after an armed suspect opened fire inside of a Bronx precinct about 12 hours after another officer was shot in the head while on patrol nearby. This is all Saturn Pluto. Talk black to me. This is all Saturn Pluto. The 8 a.m., the nigga ran up in there early in the morning in the 41st precinct in the Longwood neighborhood of the Bronx, where the suspect walked in and began firing at the front desk. Police commissioner. Sources tell ABC News that Robert Williams, remember that name, Robert Williams. He's also the suspect in the shooting of an officer in a police vehicle that took place Saturday night. Williams has been charged with attempted murder, criminal possession of a weapon, and resisting arrest. This was a premeditated effort to kill, not just kill other human beings, but to kill those who wear a uniform and represent all of us. The suspect then went into another room and fired at ununiformed officer and a civilian worker before he was stopped and apprehended by officers. The entire Sunday incident was captured on surveillance video. This coward immediately laid down, but only after he ran out of bullets. Okay, hold on a minute, G.I. Joe. He's a coward because he laid down after he ran out of bullets. What are you telling young children who want to aspire to be in motherfucking in shootouts? No, nigga, he's not a coward. He's actually a genius. He lived to fight another fucking day. What are you talking about? He actually went in there. If he went in there to do something, chances are he did what he went in there to do, and he laid his gun down as to say, I'm finished with the smoke. Take me to Rikers Island where I'm going to be treated like a boss. How about that? He's a coward because he laid down the gun? No, nigga, you're a coward because you did not. You let a nigga come into your house and ransack the shit. Okay? Robert Williams, y'all. Remember the name. Okay, remember the name. This is Donald Trump. I grew up in New York City and over many years got to watch how the great NYC finest are now, because of weak leadership at governor and mayor, slammed away regulations. He said water was thrown at them and lack of support. Our wonderful NYC police are under assault. Stop this now. You know what I'm saying? You know he hates the mayor and all that because they're not in his pocket. You know, they're not in his pocket. So this was the second shooting. This is the first shooting. Let me see if they got the video, because they're trying to hide the video because it's not good for police morale. They don't want niggas to see that he was wilding on them. Yeah, they beat him up.
Get new floors during Empire Today's gigantic 75% off sale. That's carpet, laminate, and even
thank you, Eric Ford.
75% off. Schedule now. 800-588-2300 today.
Oh, I don't think they'll play it. They got some shit.
Suspect in this case, Robert Williams, now charged with 14 counts of attempted murder, 2 of the counts for the first shooting into an NYPD van, and 12 for the second incident, where he's accused of opening fire inside a police precinct in the Bronx.
One NYPD officer was hit in each of those events. They both survived. This afternoon, Lieutenant Jose Gautro was released from the hospital. There he is with a big thumbs up for his fellow officers who stood at attention and applauded as he walked out today. Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles is live at the courthouse in Melrose, where Williams appeared just a short time ago. Darla.
That's right, Liz. Williams appeared in court about 2 hours ago. It was a courtroom filled with NYPD officers, making sure they felt his presence in the courtroom. He had nothing to say while in open court today, but prosecutors say he had plenty to say to investigators when he was arrested.
This is a great day to where we were for the last 24 hours. Between yesterday with Paul now to have Jose walking out, springing out of the chair.
Narrowly escaping death, NYPD Lieutenant Jose Gautro triumphantly pops up out of his wheelchair as he's discharged from Lincoln Hospital Monday. He took a bullet in the left arm Sunday morning while simply sitting at his post behind a desk at the 41st Precinct.
We don't believe you.
Unbelievable. And if you see, I opened the door, and before you asked me, I told him, hurry up, get back to work. No malingering in this NYPD.
Police say 45-year-old Robert Williams admitted to both shootings because he was tired of police officers. He is now facing attempted murder charges as well as criminal possession of a weapon. He was arraigned Monday afternoon in a room full of the very NYPD officers he's accused of trying to assassinate.
He did not succeed because of the skill of our police officers. He didn't try it just once. He tried it on the streets when he tried to assassinate 2 police officers.
In court Monday afternoon, prosecutors also say right after the Saturday night shooting into an NYPD van, Williams casually walked around the corner and ordered Chinese as if nothing happened. And after his Sunday arrest, they say Williams threatened police again, saying, "I'm going to shoot one of you when I get out."
We're grateful this judge knew how serious this is and remanded him.
Again, Robert Williams facing 2 counts of attempted murder for each shooting incident. Both counts carry life sentences if convicted, and he will be back in court this Friday.
Hey. Give me a minute. Let me show y'all some other things that's going on in this fine city right here. Now, there's a level of rebel rousing going on. I just
And when the victim walks by, they follow him.
You can't hear?
Defending Gisantana tries to take his bag. When the victim resists, Gisantana shoots him twice.
All right, hold on a minute. Can you hear me?
You see in the video that the victim gets out of an elevator. The group follows him. One of the leaders of the robbery, Henry Gisantana, tells some of the other gang members where to stay. And that includes Jaheim Wearigan, Tyshawn Stevens, and Tyreek Bradley. And when the victim walks by, they follow him. Defending Gisantana tries to take his bag. When the victim resists, Gisantana shoots him twice, causing serious injuries. The next video is from.
Look, these are babies. These are little children.
You don't show the shooting.
So the next video is from August 11th, and it shows a man named Tyreek Kennedy, who's a Cho member. He's shooting and wounding a rival. We also charge a fellow gang member, Brandon Waller, for his involvement in this shooting. And so let's play that video as well.
This is called drilling. This is the drill, y'all. This is called the Brooklyn drill.
But you can see
same thing from Chicago. The same thing that's going on in the UK.
Into their car, going to the trunk of the car when the shooting takes place. What's important to know is that the gun on that case was recovered. We have it here.
Blicky the blickies.
This is one of the 16 guns that were recovered in this case, and we know that this is the gun used in the commission of that shooting based on ballistics evidence.
Now, I want you to understand. All right, let's finish reading the article. Okay. This is Tekashi 2.0. Why do I say that? I'm going to tell you in a minute. I'm going to show you in a minute. Get your silly ass dog out of here. Hey, reporters here. These niggas want videos about dogs with eyebrows. Okay. So, why is that important, Red Pill? What does that have to do with us? First of all, there are a lot of listeners, avid listeners, that is, and first-time listeners, maybe even second-time listeners. I'm some of you guys' friends on social media. You might not know me, but I'm out here, you know, creeping, comment creeping and whatnot. And I see on your children's birthdays that a lot of majority of the brothers and sisters out there, you have teenager children, boys and girls. If you don't got teenage children, you got children that's on the way to being teenagers, or you might have older children who's finna give birth to some teenagers. So I would say that, you know, the youth violence, and not just in New York City, because keep in mind, these young gangs is called Brooklyn Drill, right? 5EO, Pop Smoke. Before that, Tekashi 6ix9ine with the Bloods. Now it's the Crips. After Nipsey died, in New York City, I'm not around I'm not in the trenches everywhere around the world, but in New York City, to be exact, after Nipsey died and Tekashi went to jail and took down the Bloods, or the set that was the Bloods, the gangs began to shift. New York City, of course, is a blood city, majority blood city. But New York City began to shift over to the blue. They was repping the red for a very long time. Young M.A., blood. Cardi B, blood. The boy Tekashi 6ix9ine, blood. So in New York City rap scene, you know, like post 2013, to get on the radio, to be rocking in the strip clubs, for the DJs to spin you, to be what they consider to be lit, you have to either be attached to a street movement or you got to be affiliated. And everybody since Bobby Shmurda popped up and got this whole shit lit, because this whole thing that you see in this Bobby Shmurda energy. The first video that we ever did with Brother Rich was about Bobby Shmurda. We were dealing with Bobby Shmurda all the way back then. This was like 2014. It was I remember the day because I went to go see Dr. Sabi in Brooklyn at the Masonic Temple. He was doing a big lecture there, and then we went and did something with Rich that day. That was like that was the beginning of our Rich escapade. You know what I mean? Rocking with that platform. And Bobby Shmurda was the hottest thing. Bobby Shmurda was about 14, 15 or something. Bobby Shmurda was a Flatbush 90s Crip, right? GS9. Bobby Shmurda basically, you know, was, you know, they were Crips. They were very violent, very lit, you know what I mean? Very much what people from the 90s have always been. This is not an anomaly. The neighborhood that he comes from, the area that he comes from, historically, since Jamaicans, it's a Caribbean section of Brooklyn called Flatbush. And in the 90s are known for their quote unquote gun, their gun talk, you know what I mean? Their gun talk, their gundoleros. They go at it out there. So when Bobby got on, Flatbush got on. When Bobby Shmurda got on, the young drillers got on, because when he got into the industry, it created a vacuum where gang culture in New York City began to develop. Peace to Black Dot. Everybody give Black Dot a shout out. Black Dot is in the building, or Malcolm. I see all, but they in the building. And my understanding about this hip hop thing, you know, it wouldn't be so sharp if not for Black Dot, you know what I mean? And the book that changed everyone who read it, life, Hip Hop Decoded. So Bobby Shmurda basically is the beginning of the quote unquote, he might not be the exact beginning because Dipset was affiliated, Jim Jones and everything, but we're talking about the youth. Remember, it's a different energy when one of these old cats get signed who's on like a Clue tape and whatever. It's a different energy when a teenager or a young one gets signed and they're popping. Oh yeah, it's Dot. Dot, let it be known. It is Dot. Dot is in the building. Y'all check out Urban X TV on Thursdays because they give the news out. Like I said, black, I don't want to call it black media, new media, because it's a difference. There's black media running around somewhere, but new media. Kudos to all of new media. New media is running this shit. How about that? New media is one of the most important quote unquote arms in this information war. They're not just the arm, they're the arm and the goddamn fingers and the trigger. Remember I said that. They are the front line of defense in the quote unquote information war. To whereas if they rock your brain to sleep, the body is going to follow. They don't have to put physical chains on you. You know, your phone is telling on you. They just got to get your brain under a quote unquote. They have to get your brain under a quarantine of white supremacy, and then they will cook you from a distance. You know what I'm talking about? Actually, there is no distance because they all in your house with you right now. All of these devices, all of this electronics, all of this surveillance, they're right there with you. Don't be misconstrued to the point. Don't be nervous. Don't get scared. But just know that they right there. So they got people's minds in slavery. And kudos to all of the quote unquote abolitionists out there who out here breaking the motherfucking chains. The John Browns out there, you know, y'all out there with y'all Snow Kings, John Brown. You know what I'm talking about? And then shout out to all of the Frederick Douglasses out there, you know, people that are good with the pen, that are writing their way out of freedom. And then shout out to all of you Nat Turners, you know, like homie from earlier, who's just get it out. You know, he's like, I'm going to just get it how I live. I'm not going to a march. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't going to a rally. And people die every day, B. So motherfuckers, look, the shit that I'm seeing on the trains, like I said before, the shit that I'm seeing, niggas is expendable. That's what, at this point, you know, they gonna die horrifically anyway. They don't got nothing to do. They expendable in a sense. That's how they're carrying themselves. So, you know, niggas is gonna snap. That's a given. Like I said, the pressure in New York right now is to a degree where you could cut the tension with a machete. It's in the air. Niggas is, yo, you cannot buy nothing for $1 out the store. How about that? You need $1.25. They done, you know, I couldn't even get a banana the other day. Shit is real out here. And there's no money in the streets. To the point where the new hustle is panhandling and dancing on the trains. If you got a mean two-step, nigga, you could get Jordan money. But that's about it. You know what I mean? There's no, you know, the illegal, there's no underworld. There's no open air underworld. I mean, you know, dudes is in the crib on a TJ X6 shit. They swiping up. They going crazy with the scams. But you're not just standing outside to get money. You're not just standing outside and you're just attracting hundreds of dollars the way that it used to be. You know, nobody got CD or DVD players anymore. So that game is dead. The internet killed that game. Everything is being disrupted. You can't run around bragging about your marijuana because, nigga, it's legal. Niggas going into CVS for some for some Gorilla Glue. You know what I'm talking about? It's not the same. And you know, OnlyFans, people, like I said, people have taken the hustle indoors. You got shorties that don't even leave the crib and they about to make $1 million this year off of OnlyFans. They just go to the gym, to the Dominican doctors, and to the goddamn phone. That's about it. Waiting for the new iPhone to upgrade so they could be in heavy HD. They trying to be in 8K. They trying to show you the box in 8K. They just waiting. They got green screens and everything on OnlyFans. They got chicks on Andromeda and, you know, and Uranus doing all kind of shit. Strange for a piece of change. And you know, the whole world is watching, but you got to pay though. Backspace, you know, and then niggas is on the dark web. They on the dark web jugging. Like, you know, I'm not out here telling nobody business, but the game is digital right now, and the streets is crusty, and people are losing their mental fortitude. They're losing their they already lost their testicular fortitude. Now they're losing their mental acumen, and they're beginning to be mad. I'm seeing so many black mad men, and they don't have anywhere to quote unquote put that anger. So they picking up blickies and they going to shoot up paddy wagons, y'all. They're going to pick up blickies and they're shooting up paddy wagons. Why? Because they are stressed out. They are stressed out. So this gang bust, the reason why this gang bust is important is because this gang bust is involving some very, like I said, it's just showing you once again that the quote unquote hip hop, this hip hop thing is infiltrated, not just by the police at this point. This thing has been infiltrated by the feds. You understand? This thing has been infiltrated by the federales. This is not, if you are out here and you're a rapper and you're just trying to be down and whatnot, I would highly recommend that you think twice about what it is that you may be doing. Now, it's hard to tell a young black man in, you know, Gotham City, you know what I'm saying, when he just want to be with all of the jokers. It's hard to tell a young black man in, you know, post Migos Atlanta, you know, post Slat Atlanta, where everybody is affiliated. It's hard to tell a brother in Inglewood or in Compton, post Rowdy Rich and post Nipsey, that being in a gang or being with a brotherhood, a band of brothers, is not the necessarily way to go. They're going to look crazy at you because they're going to ask you, what can you afford me that's going to afford this rites of passage? Now, there's a handful of brothers and sisters who sports used to be their acumen to their rites of passage, but then that changed. So the Camerons of the world, all of these brothers, the Dave East of the world, these are quote unquote, these were college level players. These are athletes. But then the athletes made it to the point where you had to be, nigga, you can't just be one, you can't be a one-trick pony athlete. You had to be an athlete who was selling weight, my nigga. You had to be an athlete that was running guns. You had to be an athlete that had weed on you. Because keep in mind, they're not feeding those athletes. Those athletes are feeding the plantation. Those athletes are feeding their coaches, their fathers, their owners. That's who they feed. That the same way that they had brothers and sisters picking cotton or picking crops, because it wasn't just cotton. It was rice, it was sugar, it was hemp, it was cotton, it was tobacco. Any of these quote unquote agricultural, these are the crops that built America. These are the crops that built the whole of America. Nothing else, right? So the same way that they had our people working for hard labor, go over to China right now. The reason why China is so attractive is because it's cheap labor. The reason why Bangladesh and other places are so attractive is because it's cheap labor. You could get a lot, you could get professional work done for the low. And there is already a case study on the record books, because capitalism is a new phenomenon. But there's a case study, and the case study is the imperialistic United States of America, that they could easily go back and share and show anyone that this thing right here creates millionaires. But going back to what I covered last night in the lecture, I was explaining how China and Russia are what you know as social. They're capitalists, but they're also socialists. You know what I'm talking about? They're capitalists, but they're also socialists. So they're like socio-capitalists. You know what I'm talking about? They're socio-capitalists, socio-economics. You know what I'm talking about? And they are in bed. Don't ever in your life think that there's some sort of animosity like that between these quote unquote big nations. Because like I said before, if China is reportedly the owner of multiple stocks in America, along with land in other places, then that means that they're majority stockholders. So inside of boardrooms where the decisions to really pop off are made, that's the G20 summit, that's Bohemian Grove and all of these other places where these world leaders come together to plan theater, right? They only come in to talk about theater. Who's going to be beefing with each other? The same shit that happens in WWF, the same shit that happens in quote unquote the rap game, the same shit that happens, you know, sometimes on 125th Street, where people sit around and plot on how they're going to be enemies and whatnot in order to garner your attention. Because in this reality right here, attention rules, and attention could be monetized. And attention is what people are really after. The bag is the residue. It's secondary. It's your heart and mind that people want. Remember, the war was the shock and awe. The war the war against terror. What was the tagline? We're on a war for heart and minds. We don't care if we lying to you niggas. We won't break your heart. You know what I mean? We want your mind and we want your heart. So these things are beginning to take form right before us. So China is a majority stakeholder in American affairs. China is in all of those meetings. Don't ever get it messed up. China has to be in those meetings because China is the majority shareholder. You cannot hold meetings without the majority shareholders. You cannot do anything without the people who own what really matters without them being aware of what's going on. So they playing y'all in a theater. They have you thinking that they're adversaries when they're not, because if they were to show you that they're all holding hands and they all work together, then this shit will now work. They fare better in conflict or perceived conflict. And if they want to get rid of half of their population and America wants to subsidize their half of it, they'll just send their pawns to war because none of them is going to get shot. They don't got to worry about anything. They could just basically cull the numbers by putting out, I'm gonna just send about 50,000 of these niggas to the to the front lines. I'm just gonna send them on the front lines. Poor whites, poor blacks, some collateral damage. We gotta send one of these niggas from G.I. Joe, Hawk, or one of these niggas, a blue blood, so it don't look too apparent. He's gonna be the quote unquote fall guy. Send them niggas out there and then send the drones right over them and then, drop a Moab on these niggas or carpet bomb them. They were doing that to our people in Vietnam. They were sending them out and then they was Agent Orange and niggas. Remember them big Motorola phones? Yeah, they had the coordinates and whatnot. They was like, yeah, send a Tyrone unit that way. Chill, we going this way. I'm over here with Roscoe Biko train. We gonna go this way, but you and Shaft and Dolomite, you niggas go that way. You know what I mean? All you Black Panthers in the army, go ahead, because you had no business here anyway. And then they call on the big Motorola. They get them niggas the coordinates. Next thing you know, niggas from MASH and everything is right over their head, dropping napalm on them, Agent Orange on them, or shooting shit up, talking about friendly fire. So you could fuck with it if you want. Let's go back to what I was saying about this bust in Brooklyn. The bust with the woos is very important, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? This is Pop Smokes. This is this is some, this is New York right now. This is the biggest movement in the city right now. You know what I mean? The brother just got picked up by the feds the other day for some stolen car shit. Now the police went ahead and snatched up the underlings. They didn't lock up the main niggas. They went and got the underlings. Why do you grab the underlings? Because the underlings are gonna do what Tekashi did. We live in a post-Tekashi New York. So if they lock up the underlings, these little look at these little niggas, yo. Look at this shit. Look at these niggas mugshots. These look some angry ass babies, man. You know what I'm talking about? These little niggas look, they it's crazy. But the underlings are gonna snitch on the top dogs, right? So the thing about New York and the gangs is that because of the gentrification, you cannot allow shit like this. White people are listening to hip hop too. They listen to the Hot 97. They know about the wars in the streets. They understand that these niggas is banging real hard, that this gang shit is on the rise. So that's affecting to a degree the real estate in New York. They can't, you got white people from Wisconsin moving in and they're like, yeah, but what about Pop Smoke and these niggas? Like, what's up with, they're like, yeah, we have some apartments in Canarsie that we want to show you. But these crackers is hip. They like, nigga, what about the woos and the chews? You know what I'm talking about? What about GDK, nigga? What about the gang war? They're like, you know about that? They're like, nigga, I listen to Cardi B and all. I know what's popping. These white people ain't, you know, they're not completely out of the fucking mix. So they basically have to show force and lock these little kids up. You know what I mean? And this not to take away these little niggas is turned up. They out here bodying shit, you know what I'm saying? And what's gonna happen is going back to what I was saying about the animosity that they're clearly picking up because of the brother going up in the precinct the other day and shooting it up. And now they have these gangbusters, these young kids who they basically like, yo, these niggas is at war like video games. You know what I'm saying? They out here shooting each other like it's a video game. They going at it like it's duck hunt. So they're going to utilize, there's going to be more police presence. The police are going to be more quicker on the trigger. They're going to be, I already feel the nervous energy in some of their faces as it is. They're about to open. I got the what is that when they doing the test, the invite when they testing people, you know, I got the flyer for that. So because of the shortage, they're going to take the NYPD out the train station and they're going to create their own police force. Okay, they have their own police force coming to the trains, you know, to basically regulate the train system. And in order to basically get these budgets, you know, in order to justify these budgets, they have these fear campaigns. So the first fear campaign was, oh, there's anti-Semitism. People are attacking the Jews. Oh my goodness, the Hebrew Israelites are out here shooting at the Jewish people. They, you know, the Hebrew Israelites are trying to kill the Jews. I showed that yesterday. If you were in the lecture, you would have saw that. But you know, I'm here to say that story about the Hebrew Israelites, that was a crock of shit. You know what I mean? That wasn't even accurate. There wasn't no Hebrew Israelite trying to shoot up nothing. So I don't know if this thing is clear, or let me see. Yeah, you can't really see the picture that good, but these some little young niggas from Brooklyn, okay? You know, these are babies. You know, these are little kids. You know, some of them look scary, but these little kids, bro, you know. But at the end of the day, that's what this thing is about. You know what I mean? Like I said, look at this article. So the police been known about the beef. They knew about these gangs for a very long time. What they've done is they kind of let them fester at some point. You know, they'll allow these gangs to fester, and you know, they'll let them do what they do. They'll surveil them, they'll watch them, they'll gather information, they'll let a few murders happen. Just swoop in and bang them, you know. This article right here came out, I believe, in 2004, right? And this is a prominent magazine. This is the New York magazine. So this is June 13, 2014. The Woo Choo Bang Bang, right? So this doesn't come out of anywhere. This has been going on in New York City for a very long time. This is 6 years ago. The Woo Choo Bang Bang. Okay. So this was just telling the story about the war. It's in Brownsville. All right. Brownsville, one of the grimiest parts of all of New York, not just Brooklyn. One of the grimiest parts of the whole damn New York is Brownsville, New York. You know what I mean? Niggas that are not from Brownsville tend not to fuck with niggas from Brownsville. You know what I'm talking about? Because niggas from Brownsville will rob their mamas. You know, keep it real with you. You know what I'm talking about? You said that's old. Nigga, I know that's old. It's an article from 2014. And I'm showing you that the article was already being highlighted by the media. When the media writes an article about a gang and a gang war, Then the police get that article. So the police is aware of everything. So they were looking at these people since 2014. I'm just using all of this information as a level of deterrence to some of these young people that are out here throwing their lives away. Because like I said, I got a 12-year-old. Some of us have teenagers. We might not be out here picking up automatic machinery and whatnot. We might not have gang wars with each other based off of, I live in this building and you live in that building. I live on this side of the street. I got alternative parking on Tuesday and you niggas over there with Friday and whatnot. We're going to shoot it out. You know, these little niggas, they don't have nothing to live for. They're not even doing this for money at the end of the day. They're not doing it for money. This is not money orientated. These wars that they're having, it's not steeped in money. It's hatred. I thought we were talking about Robin Williams. We are talking about Robert Williams. We're talking about the New York City. Robert Williams is a part of the, he's a part of the narrative, because the narrative, right, is the fact that there's a war going on outside, right? But I'm going to show you who the other Robert Williams is, right? Thank you for bringing up Robert Williams, because there's another Robert Williams the whole world knows. That Robert Williams is right here, okay? His name is Meek Mill, all right? His name is Robert Williams, and Rick Ross' name is William Roberts, all right? I'm going to let Blue Pill deal with that information on the twinning, of the twinning aspect. But yeah, that's Robert Williams right there, Mr. Meek Mills. Okay? So we know how they play these games. We know how they play word magic. We know how certain things go on. We also know that that name is a regular, that's a, you know, that's what we would consider a slave name, even though I don't like utilizing that. I showed on the show on last Monday that names like Williams were Indian. They were certain groups of names that they gave our people after they took them out of their Indian heritage and slapped them with these slave owner names. Williams is definitely one of them. Yeah. Am I dropping any music? Of course I am. Of course. Of course. You know, that's on the pot right now. Okay. Mr. Williams. So this is the second wave of the Wu and True warfare. It is definitely the second wave of the Wu and True warfare. Even the trolls know. Even the trolls know. Yeah, he's a Williams. Mr. Williams, Mr. Jason Williams. Yeah. Yeah, we're putting out Scorpion King. We're doing we're reissuing Scorpion King because the streaming services, I looked at my analytics and 98% of the world hasn't heard Scorpion King. So in this new world that we live in, this new business model, there's no such thing as old music. There's no such thing as you don't necessarily mark your music by dates anymore. The aspect of music now is to get it in front of as many people as possible so they could stream it. So the Scorpion King that I put out in 2016, that's being reissued this year along with the new project part 2. You dig? So, you know, shout out to everybody that's getting the their version of this lecture that was done last night. I appreciate all of y'all. You know, like I said, 4 some odd hours, 4 and 30 minutes, 4 hours and 30 minutes, information, uploads, you know, giving you the quote unquote narrative, giving you some information during this Black History Month about slavery in America, right? So somebody says, You know what? I don't know about the violence in New York. I don't know if you even need to do a stop the violence, because New York might, there's a New York to be under some kind of violent crime wave, because that's not really the case. Don't let the articles and the videos fool you. This is some isolated shit. Remember, the majority of Brooklyn is gone. Brownsville, that's the, you know, that's one of the last bastions. Canarsie, where some of the woos are from, that is an area. It's like a black area of heavy Caribbean descent. And if you know anything about Caribbean families, they're majority homeowners. You know, especially when you're dealing with Jamaican, working class Jamaicans and whatnot, all majority homeowners. You know, so in Canarsie in Brooklyn is mad homeowners. That's why his mama had to put the house up to get him out of jail. It's a lot of homeowners, and it's also a lot of gang members and whatnot. And then in Brownsville, which isn't too far from Canarsie, that's one of the last bastions of Brooklyn is left. You understand? And East New York. You got East New York, Brownsville, Canarsie, and maybe one more hood. And then after that, everything else is, you know, you go inside when the street lights come on, because, you know, white people and their poodles are going to take over at night. You know what I'm talking about, with the pooper scoopers, like they out there. You know? Trinidad shooters, yeah. Hell yeah. Jamaican and Trinidad. And Panamanian. Panamanians mostly are Crips. Yeah, East New York is getting cleaned up. Yeah, East New York is changing. You know, East New York is changing. You know? Oh, no, they definitely took over New York like that. Not just Brooklyn, New York. Harlem is not Harlem. You know this. Harlem is not, even though it has a spirit still, it's holding on, but Harlem is not Harlem. Brooklyn is definitely not Brooklyn. They ran and took the Brooklyn energy. And I'm not talking about the negative aspect of it. Brooklyn's real estate value was raised up by the rappers. To live in Brooklyn and to be in Brooklyn and to come into Brooklyn when the rappers had the energy on a certain kind of level, man, those people benefited off of that. And they went and took that good name of Brooklyn and they monetized that shit and ran with it. Yeah, gentrification wars are nationwide. This is not they're not attacking in one city. They washing up everybody. They're everywhere. You know? A New York Crip of blood is nothing but followers. Why? Because they trying to do it like niggas with the Converse and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? They not wearing the Converse. You know? Rent in Harlem. Let's just go see. So you don't think that I'm lying to you. Rent in Harlem is in the 2000s. Let's just go see. Let's go to Zillow. You want to know how much you want to die? Fuck with me. Yeah. You want to see rent in Harlem? All right, we'll see rent in Harlem. Have a time. Yo, y'all in the chat room talking about Drake? Oh, we entertain. Okay, Brownstone and Harlem. Brownstone and Harlem. Prime real estate. $1.3 million. 3 million, 3.9. This is Harlem, right? 3 million, 3 point. This is 1/20th. This is 1/21st. This is 1/12th. 3 milli. Right? This is niggas' grandmamas used to own these buildings, y'all. Right? People's grandparents. You know, a lot of those people that they sold crack to was owning brownstones in Harlem and got smoked out. Right? Let's just look at the rent. Because that's ownership. Niggas might be wanting to rent something. Let's see what they're asking. So you understand why you got caravans of you know, dollar vans pulling up and goddamn El Segundo and whatnot. And this nigga's from New York. You like, goddamn it, what you doing out here? Niggas is like, shit, what do you mean, what am I doing out here? Nigga, I live here now. The rent too damn high. Even a nigga from the rent too damn high, they ran him out of New York. He don't live here no more. He said the rent is really too damn high. Nigga, I got to go. I got to go. So you can understand why you cannot, you know. So this is for sale, you know, $397, where you'll be paying $2,700 a fucking month for your mortgage on a condo, right? Shit crazy. This is Harlem. You still got to look out the window to see dope fiends, though. You know what I'm talking about? You still gonna see dope fiends. So I don't know. I don't know what the appeal is. Here goes the rent. 2 bedrooms, 2,100. Right? This is the whole Manhattan. So 2K, 222, 2K, 1.6, 24, 22, 1.9. I gotta check those places out. 1.7, 0 beds, a fucking studio. 2,000, 2.3, 2.0, 3.2, 2.2, 2.8. 3.35. Yeah, that's all New York. Look. Look, 4.9. 4.9. 4.9. And I don't know why. This shit look closet like. What the fuck are we doing? And it's on Adam Clayton Powell. It must be prime real estate. You know? So, yeah, that's New York. You know what I'm saying? That's New York. So you got to get your ones up in New York. You know? You got to come, you got to make an app or some shit. You just can't be doing regular shit out here. You know? You can't be doing regular shit out here. You know? And some people, they like, yo, I could do that. But keep in mind, in New York, you need first month security, second month's rent, and the broker's fee. So if the spot is $2,500, then it's $75 to move in. First month's first month's rent, security, and broker's fee, and all of that is the monthly rent. So all of those things to move in is 6 racks and up. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? That is a super fact. You know? So I'm not mad at nobody leaving New York, to be honest with you. Like, I ain't mad at none of y'all. Because you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. Nigga, I'm not counting nobody money. You gotta do what you gotta do. Shit. Don't nobody come here. Don't nobody gotta go and struggle. That shouldn't be, you know, niggas is trying to come up in life. So if they got people out here struggling, stressed out and whatnot, I ain't mad if you left. If you left, kudos to you. I know a whole bunch of people that left. I'm not mad at them. I only ask, wherever you go, make it, you know, own something. Wherever you go there with the intention to own something. Because you don't want to be, you know, the foundation in these situations is ownership. You know, I put the word out there the other day that I want to buy some property that I got $350,000 to spend, and ain't nobody really get back at me. Like 1 or 2 people hit me up, but niggas ain't get back to me. So I'm like, motherfuckers don't really want to make money out here. Because last time I looked around, everybody said that they own property. Motherfuckers was beating on their chest like they came up, like they was bosses or something. So I'm like, you know what? I'm willing to put some racks in somebody's hand. Hit me up. I'm trying to own. Niggas ain't hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't hit me up. So, and I'm talking about for in New York, you know, I'm not trying to live all over the fucking planet right now. I'm talking about NYC, because I could go and get a house in Atlanta. I could go and we got a house. I could go get a house in wherever, Miami. But this is prime real estate until this shit bursts. Not leaving the fucking kingdom. I'm not abandoning this kingdom if I don't own nothing. You crazy? If you got acres and the sticks, well, you need to grow some shit on them acres, my friend. I'm not moving to Southern Cali. I apologize. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to hold this bitch down. Everybody left. There's nobody else in New York. I can't leave. You know, it'd be like a going away. I just can't abandon it, man, because I promise you, I was in these streets. I was outside. A lot of people left. A lot of people are gone. I don't know where. You can't even account for a lot of people. I'm just hoping the niggas left. I just don't see them no more. You know? I just don't see them no more. Oh yeah, Portal is definitely in Brooklyn. Gotta go to Westchester. Yeah, it's beginning to look like that. Or either White Plains or one of them places. It's really beginning to look like that. Yeah, there's a portal in Brooklyn, undeniably. That's why them people, that's why them pale people is feeding off of all of that energy. Do you know when I'm in New York City and I'm looking around, walking around Harlem, and I see these Europeans, these are military. And people don't understand that. They don't know what military looks like. They don't know that military could be unassuming when it's the intelligent arm of that. Could anybody that's in the chat room who's ever been overseas in Iraq with contractors, can you explain to the people that niggas in the military don't all look like Rambo? So I'm walking around, my spider sense is going crazy. You know what I mean? A lock, one of them niggas is standing up, one of these hair follicles is like spinning, and they're like, yo, Red, that nigga right there, can look at him. Like, these Europeans have heavy artillery in their crib, wherever they at. They have surveillance, they have artillery, they have technology, and they are surrounding the hood. If anything were to ever happen, these crackers are gonna be out here purging, and you're not gonna know where it comes from, because they got you. They all in your hoods, laying up right next to you. But these people are military. They're intelligentsia. These people are gathering intelligence. These people are basically laying down. They're the technological arm. They're the arm that they send into neighborhoods, unassuming, like these are artists. You know, they're like moist and whatnot. These are artists. You know, these are liberals. You know, these people are into yoga and ballet and shit like that. But all they're doing, you got to remember, they work for these agencies. Some of these agencies pay their rent and stuff like that. They don't have to be ready with the shits on some physical shit. They're completely frail. They could even be on drugs. But these people are gathered. They know who the drug dealers are. That's they're going in and they're buying up all of the drugs because they're trying to, they're flow charting who's who, who's the plug, who's the man, where the gun's at, who's strapped. They're sending Becky into one of your inner circles and top everybody off and then start gathering intelligence. That's how it works. All of you niggas that have been upstate running around in Buffalo and other places with your Beckys, you know what I'm talking about? They look like walruses. Yeah, they was all telling on you niggas. How about it? All up in Vermont, playing in Becky in a Becky's backyard. Yeah, they snitching on you. They are. They telling the whole family about you. Niggas is out here pillow talking, telling the Becky all of their moves and whatnot, you know, all of the stains, all of the ops, because the Becky sound like a therapist. You know, so Fruquan, Ramel, tell me, what's it like living in Brownsville? And then niggas just start going in. Oh, you wouldn't imagine what I've been through. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just start confiding in their Becky and whatnot as she braids your 9 ether and you play in her fucking in her spaghetti string hair and her angel hairs. You know what I mean? And then you go to the bathroom, whatnot. You got your shirt off, you in the mirror, and then you look at yourself and you like, yeah, nigga, I got my reparations, nigga. Touchdown, nigga. What's fucking with this? Yeah, nigga. Yeah, you know what I mean? Niggas is flexing like they did something. You weird ass nigga, you. That's not the come up. You didn't do anything. That's not a fucking touchdown. That's a safety. How about it? You didn't do nothing. You're like 500 years late as it is if you want to act like something. That probably was something in the 1300s. There's nothing to brag about right now, nigga. That's not a come up. Cut it out. I be seeing niggas with they smirks and whatnot in public. Like, you're not stunting. You're not doing nothing. You're not doing nothing. She looked like Sarah Huckabee, nigga. Fuck is you doing? What are you saying? You know what I'm saying? Who are you comparing her to? You know what I mean? Niggas pulling up with Harry and the Hendersons. And then you got the nerve to throw the eyebrow up like you LL or something. If you don't get your ass back in that Prius and pull off, little nigga, you know what I'm saying? What are you doing? Who are you trying to stun on? You know what I mean? Like, what signal are you sending? Because, to be honest with you, the white people don't care because they know what that's about. You're not making them mad. You know what I mean? They're like, we traded her a long time ago. And then the black people, if they confident and they know what the fuck is going on, if they have 1 ounce of information in their brain, they're not offended at any. They're looking at you like you the goofy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you nigga, what are you the goofy? You know what I mean? You're gonna get all kind. Like, what are you? Nobody's impressed. Nobody's impressed. And you need to stop talking to them and pillow talking to them and telling them the real name to all of these niggas with nicknames. Because white people love to know, well, what's his real name? I know his name is Killer Ben, but is his name Benjamin? And you niggas want to give up his whole government. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, looking like Jabba the Hutt at Pizza Hut. God damn it, you. Niggas is out here, you selling drugs and putting your life on the line for that. You niggas left your mama's house with the plastic on the couch with some hot seasoned food to go sell drugs in Rhode Island and lay up with Jabba the Hutt or Bette Midler. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you niggas is cursed. That's why y'all doing all of those years in the mountains. Get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all out there in the mountains in those fucking magazines. You niggas is out here ordering white women. Do you know you could order white women when you're doing a bid? Do you know that there's like a directory of white women who all look like Honey Boo? Do you know that? And niggas get married to white women that look like Honey Boo Boo because they out here buying niggas sneakers and whatnot, and they'll put money on your books. So these niggas is really prostitutes for a conjugal visit. That's how low this shit has gotten. That's how far we fallen. Niggas is prostituting for Honey Boo Boo to hold him down and get him clean so he could come back to the hood and pull up in a beauty salon to stun on the sisters. As if. As if. That's what they do. You know what I mean? They got the Cave Becky sponsoring all of the fuckery that they into. And then they go into the black hoods, and what do? They subjugate, and they go ahead and break our sisters' hearts, doing fuck shit to the sisters. And then they go home to these bat caves and whatnot and eat bat soup with they Beckies. Nigga, that's a violation. That's a violation. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said the conjugal visit been popping for a long time. You damn right it has. And the majority, a lot of black women is not marrying no niggas doing 18 years. They don't got it in them. And they shipping niggas out to Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? They ship a nigga to Siberia out this bitch. You know, people ain't going that far. They got niggas 8 hours out. Sisters is like, you know what, my nigga? It was fun while it lasted. I'm still shivering from the work you put in with your Timberlands back in the days, but guess what, nigga? I'm moving on. How about it? You know what I'm talking about? I done got me a robot. You know what I'm saying? I done ordered me a fucking seat and the shit gyrates when I play dance hall music. I'm good. I don't need you. Shit like that. There's all of these robots competing for niggas. Niggas talking about they don't want no AI. But what the fuck is the rabbit? What's the rocket, nigga? Is that not AI? They just shit voice activated these days. Nigga, AI already took over. You know what I'm saying? AI has, nigga, it's bigger than Google Nest. It's bigger than Alexa, nigga. AI is in niggas' closets right now, ready to rock. Little nigga in there like Chucky, ready to go in. Don't play with me. We know about it. Oh, Vicky the robot from Small Wonder. I know niggas that wanted to smash Vicky too. How about it? They didn't care. There's like, yo, I'll push the wires to the side. I'll push the wires to the side. They was ready to go. And a little black robot on Disney. You know what I'm saying? You know? How you gonna sexualize a robot? Think about it. Yeah, Small Wonder. Small Wonder. Niggas used to eat cereal and sit in front of that TV screen and talk about who they would do it to all day. Yeah, or, you know, you might lose your sister to a sister. You might lose your sister to a sister who got more game than a mister. Because they very adamant, you know. They the most motherfucking, you know, a sister who's after a sister. Oh, there's no, yeah. They need to bottle up that energy right there. That shit could compete with Tesla. because that's a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, get the strap, nigga. That's a force to be reckoned with. A sister who want a sister, oh, nigga, ain't no stopping her. Nigga, they should bottle up that energy, whatever that shit is, and use that to run victories. Because, nigga, that's a heavy energy right there. I done seen it at work. I done seen it at work. I done seen it at work. They rather deal with each other because the male choice is lacking. That's interesting that you say that. I would ask you, if that was the case, then what do you say, or what would you recommend that brothers who may have the answers, I think, or brothers who may feel that they are considered to be, you know, okay in the eyes of women, what do you say those brothers do to help the brothers who don't, the quote unquote pick of the litter, who women are completely running from, right? How do those brothers get help? Because you don't gotta throw everyone completely away, right? We don't believe in that, do we? Do we believe in throwing each other away? I don't think so, because there's a lot of us who came from circumstances where we might have been taken out in the weekly garbage if people got us in our condition. Some of us was on 2.0. Niggas is on 9.0 right now. Some of us started out, yeah, I remember a lot of us when we started out. How about yeah. Some of us started out lacking. So are we saying that somebody, here we go. Let's go. I want to get in. I want to unpack this. I want to unpack this. Why do I want to unpack this? Because I know beyond a reasonable doubt, if there's a hindrance, in our community, if there's an obstacle in the way from us moving forward, right? If there was an obstacle in the way of, yeah, we gotta get the trolls out of here, man. If there was an obstacle in the way of our people from moving forward, that obstacle would be the relationship aspect. That is a heavy trope. That is a heavy trope. And that obstacle is what's keeping a lot of people from progression. It's keeping a lot of people from growth and development. It's keeping a lot of people from focusing on building up their businesses. It's keeping a lot of people from mastering their lower selves. It's keeping a lot of people from their happiness. It's keeping a lot of people from their quote unquote, their foundation. Because with foundation, meaning that you got somebody that you know is down for you. Y'all could speak about where you going in life. You could visualize with that person. You could plot and plan with that person. That's foundation. So when you don't have foundation, what takes place? It could be shaky. You could be standing on quicksand and not realize it, meaning that nothing never really, you don't have a strong ground to stand on because you don't have a backbone, or you don't have a rib, or you don't have a partner, or you don't have a partner in crime, or you don't got a Bonnie. You know what I'm talking about? You don't have that. You don't have a queen playing chess with you on the board. You don't have somebody that you could send that's going to walk through all doors the same way the queen in chess is able to do, who could basically take the mission and she could go all amongst, because remember, the queen is able to go on doors that we are not able to go into. Men, get over that. There's nothing that you could do to change that. A woman is a woman. And putting on a dress, my nigga, and going to Dominican Republic and getting yourself some cheeks and whatnot, getting you a bubble, that's not gonna help either. You niggas need to have a fucking seat and stop being so greedy. You stop being so greedy. You can't have it all. God damn. The experiences that a man can have is enough to fulfill a fucking lifetime. But you niggas is so greedy, you just want to have all of it. You want to see what's going on in the girls' bathroom. You want to go in the girls' fitting room and find out what was the secret. What the fuck were they back there doing all of that time? You want to go to the OBN and find out what's the tools that these niggas are using to check out the yoni, and you don't even got one. Stop being greedy, my nigga. Respect what the fuck you got. If you was born with a box and you a man, well, goddamn it, I go on the other side. I would say take that motherfucking boat and go, you know, go find yourself. But if you wasn't, there's a grand design. Somebody have written out a plan for you, and that's to use that phallus for good. And then here you niggas go cutting it off. Our people had their phalluses cut off enough so in the future we could stop removing our penises. You understand? That was a ritual that they did to us because of penis envy. That was a ritual that they did to us so they could put your shit in a 3-liter bar, a 3-liter jar, and then have the goddamn little Beckies in them grow up looking at your penis. That's what the people used to do. So I know beyond a reasonable doubt that you need somebody in your corner, sisters. I know this. I know, brothers, you need somebody in your corner. I know that the primal force on this planet is sex and survival. So if niggas ain't trying to survive, they trying to have some sex. And if niggas ain't trying to have some sex, they trying to survive. And then if you're living if you've survived and you don't want no sex, then you've risen above your primal urges. And that's not a good or a bad thing. I'm not in a position to judge you at the end of the day because I'm still doing my research as to what does that mean, my nigga? And what can you do once you get over your primal instincts, you know what I'm saying, to bust a nut, my nigga? What else is left to do? You know what I'm talking about? What the fuck else is left to do? What else? What are you doing in this life? Researching? I don't think y'all understand the psychosis that comes behind white people having small ones and how it drives them to mass murder and how it drives them to eat people and how it drives them to kidnap people and torture them and how it drives them to kill animals and kill elephants and cut the tusk off and how it drives them to kill motherfucking everything in the forest with dark skin because they don't remember the psychosis that comes with not having melanin. Secretly, when the bed wench is asleep, right? Jon Snow goes into the bathroom, right? Jon Snow goes into the bathroom and Jon Snow scratches his face. And then when Jon Snow looks in the mirror, his whole fucking hand is still on his face. And he's like, Beelzebub, why Beelzebub? Why? Why am I cursed like this? I could read. I know the fucking leper is. He's like, why did you do this to me? You gave me everything. You gave me long blonde hair. You know what I'm saying? It just blows in the wind. You know what I mean? But you didn't give me melanin. You gave me this country that I took in blood. You gave me the Tesla truck. But the only thing that you didn't give me that I can't buy from the Apple store is melanin. Why, oh God? Why did you do this? Because when I go outside, that nigga that you put out there, the overseer, the son, he's out here pissing on us. He doesn't like me. Why, God? Why? So you don't understand the psychosis. You cannot fathom the conversations that they're having inside of themselves. You don't understand the conversation that they're having with the universe. You don't realize what the pet peeve might be. You don't. You do not. And if we're lucky enough in this lifetime, we can have not just one. I don't want one European. I want about 1,000 of them to tell the truth at once. I just want them to open up because, to be honest with you, our people, we've given out all of the secrets. The only thing that we're holding on to is the secret to the potato salad. Other than that, we've given up all of the fucking keys. The whole world knows our business. And we don't know their business like that because they're not really opening up and telling us what's behind the neurotic behavior, what's behind the psychosis, what is behind the hate. Please share this with us. We want to analyze the quote unquote your minds. We want to analyze the psychosis. Remember the movie American Psycho with Christian Bale, which I would say is a must-watch movie for anybody that's in this lifetime. You got to go watch that. That movie is giving you an inside look to the psychosis, neurotic nature of rich European Anglo-Saxons and all of their cronies. One of Christian Bale's first movies. That Christian Bale is Batman. And he did a hell of a job. He plays a psycho. And y'all all out there, y'all watch Dexter and all of that stupid shit. You know what I mean? Joe, what is this thing on Netflix that I see all of the black women be posting? Like, that's bae and whatnot. White niggas who like to carve black women up. What's his name? Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy. I was reading when I was doing a slave thing, when I was researching the slave history, there used to be white overseers or white slave owners that black women used to swoon over. And these niggas used to kill black women in the bedroom. You did? Remember when Mark Harmon, what's his name? Mark Harmon, he was Ted Bundy in the TV series. Women was just falling over this nigga like, oh, he could kill me. He could choke me out. I like that. I'm like, y'all have no fucking buffers. I got no chill, I guess. You know what I'm saying? They could just do anything to you. Yeah, Christian Bale was not crazy in that movie. He is not acting crazy. He's really acting himself. He's not crazy in the movie. He's really just giving you an inside look at the mind of the European. This is dealing with in the movie, there's a lot of narrating. Even the movie Fight Club. That's a must-see. What's the movie Revolver with Andre 3000 and Ray Liotta? That's a must-see. These are all must-see videos. I'm going to put out a movie list. And, you know, this is going to come out real soon. I've realized after doing the lecture yesterday, and especially the dilemma that I'm having with when am I going to do it this month? Because in order to do it this month, I'm going to sacrifice, once again, 2 weeks at least of doing other things because it's intense. When I study, I be saying I'm deep diving. When I'm on this computer, it's almost akin to somebody who's like, you know what, honey? I'm going to go to the motherfucking bottom of the ocean right now. So, you know, I'm going to Bikini Bottom with motherfucking SpongeBob and Patrick. So as I'm going into the underworld, I'm going to actually need to be in this tank by myself because I'm going under. The only way that I can extract a treasure chest, certain things, I got to go under. All of my creatives know what I'm talking about, especially the Scorpions. Nigga, we gotta go under. So I gotta go under the influence. I gotta go into a solidarity place. Mentally, I have to tap into a part of me that my intuition takes over, and I'm basically surfing or in auto. Like, you know how people auto write? I gotta get to a place where I tap in, where I could do it in auto. I can't do that with mad people around. I can't do that when I gotta run out and do this. I can't do that when I gotta eat. Do you understand? I don't eat because sometimes I'm not hungry. This shit is enough for me, and sometimes a good spliff. I don't need no food. Nigga, I'm living off the vibes. How about that? I'm living off the vibes. Dr. Sabi done fucked up my whole diet. I'm just living off the vibes. Bobby Hemmett said that we could eat the information, and I believe him. You know, good loving will fill my stomach up. If a nigga is loved, well, my cup runneth over and my stomach is full sometimes. But when I'm researching, the information is like a full meal. It's a hamburger. It's an impossible burger for me. And I don't be hungry because I'm hungry for the information. And I'm hungry to make a breakthrough. And I'm hungry for all of that. And it feeds me. So I'll be having to go under. This is a process. It ain't just me in the library with my spectacles on, you know, taking fucking notes from the Dewey Decimal System. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not doing that. I'm attuning my antennas to tap in to pick up on a signal. And I don't know where the fuck this signal is coming from. I don't know how far out it is. I don't know what this, but it's a signal. The signal is spiritual. But when I say spiritual, don't get spooked out, because spiritual is only the shit that we can't see. And we can only see about 7 to 10% of the light spectrum. It's a lot of spiritual shit going on around us that we have no idea of. And in my world, there's the physical world where the living are, and then there's the spiritual world where the quote-unquote ancestors dwell. That's a quantum reality. But the ancestors are most definitely, beyond a doubt, in that world. And we can't see that world with our physical eyes, but we can interact with that world, and that world gives out gifts. It does. It gives out gifts. Yeah, the 40-day, I'm talking about, I'm entertaining the idea of a 40-day, not a fast. I was talking to KT about it. Not really a fast, but a 40-day get right schedule. A get right schedule. I have some formulas that I want to share for working out, some breathing techniques, some weightlifting techniques, some calisthenic techniques, some weight gaining techniques. If you niggas want to buff up a little bit, I got all of that. And we could do it in 40 days. That's that gold water, that sea moss, the lion's mane. We put some nootropics in there. What are nootropics? Shit that's gonna feed your brain, right? Think sea moss is gonna feed your brain, especially everybody. If you have a heavy sexual appetite, men, and you're either spilling a lot of your seed. I don't know how. You know, I'm not gonna get all personal in you niggas' business, but if you're spilling a lot of your seed, you have to do something that's going to bring your brain functioning back, because you're losing brain fluid. You are losing vital brain fluid. You are losing chi, which is blue energy. You are losing blood. If you ejaculate and you spill too much of your seed and you just be wasting, and you're not replenishing, you are weakening yourself. You're going to pay with that shit with some rusty bones as you get older. So you should be investing in foods that are going to bring your fucking brain cells back. You should be investing in foods that is going to add on to your motherfucking chi. You know, that shit that the Chinese people be drinking, the ginkgo biloba and all of that shit. You know, Because in Brooklyn, I mean in New York, the juice bars is where the drug dealers is at. You know that shit with Styles P in them. They got the juice bar. What's that? Juices for Life. That's where all of the hustlers is at. Why? Because the hustlers obviously are having a lot of sex too. And the hustlers are, these niggas is health conscious. They driving 100,000, 300,000, 400,000 cars. These niggas want to live to spend some of that drug money and that blood money. So every juice bar that I go to, is the motherfucking dope boys is there. And what are they doing? They're drinking sea moss. What are they doing? They're somebody said 3 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches a day on top of your meals. I gained 25 pounds. Yo, the peanut, you know me, I'm a peanut butter and jelly fanatic. I make no mistake about that. Make no mistake about that. Pumpkin seeds are the reload, right? Black seed oil, right? Because this is what's important. We could talk that fly shit all day, but I'm trying to see us improve. I don't have what makes my heart smile is when I meet one of y'all and y'all are just glowing. I don't want to glow by myself. You know what I'm talking about? When I see the family, does it replenish naturally? Not necessarily. Not for the people who are ODing. Not for the people who are not. Remember, moderation is the key to everything. Who taught us to be moderate? Who taught us to be moderate? Nobody taught us to be moderate. So if nobody taught us to be moderate, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if nobody taught us moderation, we are to assume that we on to moderation. No, that's not the signals that are going out. The signals that are going out is to be excessive. The signals that are going out is to overindulge. That's the signals. What is the signals? Well, God damn it, that's easy. Clear channel radio. Clear channel radio. That's the signal. The signal is VH1. Love and Hip Hop. After you watch Love and Hip Hop, you want to skeet, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? You don't want to do yoga. You trying to catch one of them chicks with them hair hats on OnlyFans or Cash App, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You listening to the best of Rowdy Rich in the morning. You listening to best of Lil Wayne and Ty Dollars on the way to work. You trying to go in the bathroom and squeeze one off. Those the signals. You listening to Cardi B on the way to your fucking Chipotle job, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You trying to go home with one of the customers. If a nigga walk in there looking like Offset, you just ready to take off. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You ready to take your lunch break and go ride the wave. You ready to go ride the boat on your lunch break because the signals that they're sending out and the food and the chemicals in the food are igniting certain receptors. Shit like that. You know, they're exciting. They're what do they call? You know, KT could body this with the information. They have these chemicals that are exciting your neurons and all of that. And Edward Bernays, right, who is the father of public relations, he basically gave all of these advertisers, you know, the skeleton key. He gave them the cheat code on how to sell to our people, and how to sell to our people is to focus on our lower selves, our desires, our carnal desires. So what they market to us, they market our carnal desires. You understand? They're marketing to, they're selling you beer with a shorty with big boobs. They're selling you a car with the basically saying that if you buy this car, you're going to get laid. And people buy into that because it's one of those things that it's like, you know what? You know, I can't help myself. So the car gonna talk for me. My watch is gonna talk for me. You know what I'm saying? My watch is gonna talk for me, nigga. My pinky ring is gonna talk for me. So we put all of this value into physical material trinkets for doing what? To help our primal force, sex, right? Attention, right? It's not for survival. It has something to do with sex. You know? You want to get that, you know, you icy and whatnot. You want them shorties to get on you. You know what I'm talking about? You might even be married, but it's okay because, you know, you could use that energy tonight. You could, you know, you could repurpose all of that attention where it needs to be. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just pointing out what we have here, you know, what we find, where we find ourselves, you know, and we should begin to practice moderation, not overindulgence, moderation. You know what I'm saying? Be very moderate with things that you do. Don't overindulge. Don't burn yourself out. You know, challenge yourself once a week, once a month, twice a week. You know, whatever your quote unquote limit might be. You know how to impose limitations, but you get stronger. This is where, remember, friction is what help cause things to grow. When you're in the gym, heavy weights, it makes you bigger. So those heavy urges, those heavy sensations, the heaviness that you're feeling to slip up, once you are able to resist that temptation, you get stronger. That's how it works. And then before you know it, you're mastering yourself. And to be honest with you, that's success. You know, that is success. Don't let people fool you about what a level of success is. And of course, it is my interpretation, and I'm not saying that I'm the end all be all to whereas I know what success is all around the border, but the tenets of success, you're going to feel great when you're able to do good by yourself, first and foremost. You're going to feel great when you're able to resist anything that might bring you down. You're going to feel great when you're able to win your inner war. You might win the battle, but nobody's going to guarantee that you could win the war. You feel me? We've been desensitized. We don't even know. We gratify ourselves so easily that when we don't even appreciate the smaller things these days because, you know, we have so much access. And with so much access, there's something, when something is given, something is taken away. So balance is the key. And I'm going to just leave it at that. But what I would love to do is conduct, because I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you. You know, my work, the majority of my work or my mission is right here where I'm sitting right now. I could do more sitting here talking to hundreds of people, students, brothers and sisters, sharing information, diving in, like I said, doing the research, sacrificing myself, because that's what I'm doing. I'm sacrificing myself for the betterment of you. You know what I'm talking about? Because I could be running around, you know, I got shit to do. But this work right here and the fact that I'm seeing people progress and I'm meeting people, I'm running into people and I'm seeing what it's doing and it's powerful. And I'm like, yo, you know what? I don't need to be all over the place. To be honest with you, I'm ready to shut down my whole Harlem operation, you know, because it's time for a change. It's time for a change. They got 10 plus years of me on that block. They got all of my life force. I'm good to a degree. I'm ready to talk to people who will never come to New York. I'm ready to tap into people who can't make it to New York. Because to be honest with you, if they needed something from me out there, them niggas got it at this point. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I need to focus more on the technology that's available to me right now, that is allowing me to do things that I wasn't able to do before. You understand? Because the time that I'll spend on 125th Street speaking to 5 people, because I'm dealing with thousands of people walking by, and then 5 people might stop. But those 5 conversations are worth all of the conversations of the people that have been walking by me all day. Those I patiently sift through thousands of people to basically get the gold nuggets of 5 on any given day. It might be 5, it might be 10, but average about 5 people to really, you know, five supporters or 5 people. One of those person might drop a gem on me that I could use and unwrap that gem, put that somewhere, put one of those in a safe, lay it up, you know, because I'm attentive. I'm paying attention to everything because I understand that the universe does not make no mistakes. Somebody said, no, not shutting down 2/5. I don't know if you've been out there lately. Nigga, I'm doing 2/5 a favor. I'm doing 2/5 a favor. I cannot stand out on I can't stand out. I'm too accessible, first of all. That's one thing. I'm too accessible. I'm too accessible. Huh, man? I'm too familiar. Familiarity breeds content. And that whole shit is dead. What are you talking about? That's like squeezing water out of a rock. It's dead, y'all. Y'all don't understand. You know, that strip scene is heydays already. The heydays been gone. I was just holding down the fort because that was the honorable thing to do. But I feel like Jon Snow at the ice wall, my nigga. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to move on to something else. That shit is like standing at the wall on Game of Thrones, the motherfucking ice wall, waiting for the White Walkers. And I'm saying to myself, I want somebody else to take my place. I want somebody else to experience what I experienced out there. It's time for me to expand. I got things to do, places to go, and the motherfucking internet to entertain. You know what I'm talking about? I don't need to be out there right now. I need to focus on building up my digital empire. That's what I need to focus on. I need to focus on completing my books. I need to focus on completing my albums. I need to focus on completing my manufacturing. I need to set up a manufacturing production empire. Not this shit that I'm doing. This is bottom level. I'm in Bikini Bottom right now on a level on a scale of levels. I'm down there with SpongeBob and these niggas. I'm at Bikini Bottom. And they got the space station all the way up there, nigga. I got a long ways to go mentally because I seen it already. So I already know how far we got to go. Nigga, I'm already 2,000 leagues under sea. So I got a lot of swimming to do before I break the surface and then make it to the space station. I'm not traveling. I don't want to travel like that. To be honest with you, a king doesn't leave his kingdom. I'm good with traveling. I will be popping up places, but I'm not trying to take this show on the road like that. You know, New York needs to get a motherfucking jump start. They need to get some motherfucking they on life support. New York needs help. So if I leave the empire, it's to rally the troops and come back and help this bitch out because she's on her motherfucking back right now. She's on her back. I need a warehouse. I need an office. I need a creative space. You know what I'm saying? I need a studio to both film, to record, to do theater. I need a space where we could create a think tank. I need a podcast studio. I need a lot of shit out here. So I'm putting it on my shoulders because I don't know. You know, I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna get it. I'm not gonna just talk about it. I gotta make moves. I have to plot, and I'm not finna get on the internet on YouTube and just tell niggas what I'm plotting on. But it's enough to say that, you know what? 125th Street, I will always be on 25th. Don't ever get it fucked up. I'll always be out there. Nigga, I'm a legend out there. I done made my name out there, but it's definitely time to do some more things. It's that time. I gotta fly from my post. I gotta spread my wings, fly around, and make some things happen. That's a fact. So with that being said, I'm going to end this episode. I want to let you know that I'll be, along with the Fear of a Blackamoor follow-up, this is of utmost importance at this point. This is of utmost importance. This is right in front of us. This is coming up in a few days, a few weeks, that is. And this is going to be huge. It's going to be dealing with solutions. It's not a lecture. It's not about what, you know, some people might be doing to us and other things. And no, this ain't that. This is information. This is solutions. This is us telling people who show up what me, Red Pill and Blue Pill, have been doing. You know, this is the unveiling of new products, new systems, new platforms, and a whole bunch of stuff that you can't miss. And I believe it will be accessible via live stream. You'll be able to see everything via live stream, hear everything. You know, this is in Connecticut, February 22nd, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m., right where Yale College is, right? It's at a spot called the Eco Space. Go if you want to, you know, the Eco Space. Let me see. Let me take this banner off so we could give you the address. 224 Farmington Avenue, Hartford, Connecticut. 224 Farmington Avenue, Hartford, Connecticut. I need y'all in the building. If you're not in the building, I need you to be on the live stream. We have keynote speakers, Red Pill, Blue Pill, Trillionaire Trav, Sabrina Wright, hosted by Brother Heru. We're going to do a show where we're going to promote this show. I believe if it's not Thursday, it'll be next Monday. And we're going to turn up and we're going to let y'all know what treats that you're in for, because this is a long time coming. And then fast forward, I'll be in Sanford, North Carolina. This is coming up in the summertime. Juneteenth, I'll be in Sanford, North Carolina for the whole weekend. It's an arts and music festival. So look out for that. All of my Raleigh-Durham people, all of my Fayetteville, Winston-Salem, Charlotte, Goldboro, all of y'all, South Carolina fan. I need all of y'all there. I need everyone there. This ain't just we in one spot. No, we in the Carolinas, the whole shit. PD Pablo, nigga. All right. And then on March 21st, which is right around the corner, we have the Moorish Summit. The Moorish Summit. All right. Which is going to be this one is going to be a movie. Our brother Taj Tariq Bey, Abdullah Mosley Bey, you know, the family lamb, they're going to be there. We're going to be doing, I'm going to be doing a segment on metaphysics, you know what I'm saying? Getting a little deep on y'all, you know. So look out for that. I need y'all there for that as well. You hear me? I need you there for that as well. Let me look. I'm gonna pull up the flyer. Pull up the flyer. Y'all all right? Like I said, make sure y'all hit me up. Anybody that wants to view the lecture that we just did last night, 4.5 hours, hit us up. Okay? Hit us up. This is the flyer right here. The Morris Summit, Metaphysics. Grand Sheikh Taj Tariq Bey, Abdullah L. Talib Mosley Bey, Jamal Talib Abdullah Bey, Tamara L. Red Pillar, and Toure Cheka. This is March 20th to the 21st. This is going to be in 1801 Lancaster Avenue, Wilmington, Delaware. Shout out to my Delaware family. Shout out to the Delaware, the Lenapes. Peace to all of y'all. All right. So yeah, that's gonna be fire. And I appreciate everyone for being here tonight. There's so many of us, you know. I appreciate everyone's support. I appreciate everyone's, especially the students out there, all of my Patreons. Let me run this, because look, like I said, we got to do our own commercials. Y'all got to, give me a minute, because we don't do, like I said, we don't do the quote unquote super chat. We do Cash App. We don't do PayPal. We only do the Cash App and the Patreon. So all of my Patreons who vote with your dollar, right? And show me, y'all are showing me rather than telling me, because, we ain't in the talking thing. We need to show. Thank you for showing me your appreciation by being a Patreon or a patron of my art and my research, because that means the world to me. So thank you for helping us feel appreciated for what we do, all of the patrons. We're going to be getting that lecture from last night to you as well today. When I finish this, I'll be uploading it. And I'll see y'all on Thursday, like I said. Oh, I'll see you on Wednesday. I believe we got a special show, Know the Ledge Radio. Go and check out Blue Pill tomorrow for what he does with Brother Ken Bripson. The Tough Talk Tuesdays. Pull up on Blue Pillar is actually today. Well, later on today. Tough Talk Tuesdays, KTL 2020, KTL Radio 2020 on Wednesday, and then I'm back on Thursdays. So y'all gonna have a pill-filled week. You know what I'm saying? Pill-filled week. You know what I'm talking about? So, love and light. All right? Peace.